Good? Okay. Okay, so obviously just watched your video. I am now responding. So typically right now, because it's Saturday, Lauren would be here, my roommate, and it would be weird to make this video right here, so I'd probably go like up to the graffiti room or find somewhere else in the building to do it, but she went home, I assume. She either went home or she flew somewhere because she has an internship at United Airlines, so like sometimes they just fly them out to random places. Like she was in Germany the other day. Just went to Germany for the day. Whatever. Yesterday in the morning when I woke up, I saw that she had a suitcase. So you just texted me and you said that your video should be up now. Wow, that's so meta. I'm texting you in the middle of making a video. I told you to say hi to Future Ally, so you are probably gonna text me hi, and so Future Ally, that's a hi from past Ally. What was I saying? Okay, yesterday when I woke up and I went to go work out at like 5:15 in the morning, I saw that there was a suitcase on the ground on our side of the room, and so I didn't know if that meant that like for the day they were flying somewhere with her internship or if she was leaving, but then typically she gets back around, well, in between like 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock, which seems like a wide range, but I'm not 100% sure when she gets off work. But in the past that's what it's been. And so yesterday I waited for her to come back because like, I don't know, when she's not here I typically am a lot more relaxed with what I'm doing. Like if I'm watching a movie or a TV show I won't put my headphones in because it doesn't really matter if I'm listening to music. And then as it gets later, if she's not here then I can have my lights on longer, but if she is here I try to be considerate because she said, like when I first met her, that she's a sensitivity to light. But it got later and later and she just wasn't here, so I just like assumed she wasn't coming back, and she didn't, and she's not here this morning, so here you go. Hi Future Ally. You can't see it, hold on, let me adjust this. That's from you. It says hi Future Ally. There you go. Yeah, so she's not here, so it's really convenient to do it right now, and I just wanted to do it right now. Took some notes as well. I guess that's our thing now. So I'm gonna go through that. I thought I would run through the notes that I took and also go through some, like, what am I up? Thought I would have a stroke next. And then I thought I would go through what I'm up to right now. And something else that I don't remember, but I'll try to remember it. Okay, first. So when the video started, it took me a while to realize you're in that one house, your pastor's house or whatever. Cause like, so at first I was like, that's not her kitchen. And then I was like, I went through a whole bunch of thoughts in the space of a second, and my brain was like, did they get a new kitchen? Which obviously is stupid. And then I was like, did she get her own house? Which was also stupid. I don't know why my first thought wasn't, oh, she's at the house where she's dog sitting, because I know that you're house sitting, you're dog sitting or whatever. Second comment. So you're talking about wiener dogs, because there's wiener dogs everywhere. Quick story about wiener dogs. So you know how Mrs. Dively's obsessed with wiener dogs. My entire life, there are lots of things that I've always thought to be true my entire life, and I don't know where I learned them. I assume they're things that I like taught myself somehow as a child that I never like said out loud, so I was never corrected on and had to learn embarrassingly later in life that they aren't real. And I wish I had more examples for you, but actually it's embarrassing, so maybe not. But one of the things that I always thought to be true, and I know that I've said it out loud, I had to have said it out loud because I've always thought this is what it was that wiener dogs were called dosh hounds, because the word dachshund is spelled like dosh hound because it was German. I didn't realize it was German. I don't really know much about dogs because our dog died when I was like 3 or 4, and we never had another pet. Another good example would be how I genuinely did not know that people's pets slept. I had no concept of animals sleeping because when I went to my friends' houses, their pets were always awake. I had never ever seen an animal sleep until I was in high school, and I didn't know that until I was 13 years old, my freshman year of high school. I saw someone's dog asleep and I was like, what is it doing? Is it dead? Yeah, so anyway, I thought they were called dosh hounds. And I would always talk to Miss Dively about her dosh hounds, and finally she was like, that's not how the word is said, it's dachshund. And I was like, oh, I just thought that was like one pronunciation, like it was a regional thing. Like some people said dachshund, some people say dosh hound, some people say wiener dog. And I'm still kind of like partially convinced that the word is dosh hound, but I don't know, I think I'm the only one who says that. I'm probably just gonna continue to say it anyway, even though it's not correct, much like how I continue to call Elle Fanning Ellie Fanning. Okay, so anyway. But yeah, there's this new movie called Wiener Dog, the dogs at the house made me think of the movie. It's the newest Kieran Culkin movie. I'm really excited for it. Not just because Kieran Culkin's in it, but it looks like a really cute, like well-written indie film, and you should watch the trailer for it. There's a bunch of really great actors in it, and tell me what you think of it. Oh, something else stupid that happened that you might think is funny. When you said the dogs are kind of wily, I suddenly had a flash of like a series of comic books with Wiley, which is code for Wiener Dog Kylie Dawkin. Because when you said they were kind of wily, you were like, 'cause they're always running around and they like pee everywhere, which is how I imagine Kylie Dawkin at parties. And so it's a wiener dog with like, it's like, you know, in Disney movies when they have like whoever the voice actors are, they kind of look like their character, like they draw them so they have like similar characteristics, but as an animal. That's how I imagine Wiley, Wiener Dog Kylie. Look for it in a comic book store near you. I don't know why I had that thought. I started working out every day at 5 a.m. again, and I like worked out very, very hard yesterday. Like harder than I've ever worked out, and it was only my second day of like getting back into working out. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I really love running on the treadmill. I wish I had my own treadmill. That's one of the things that I've always wanted, and when I imagine my like future life as an actual adult, I just want to have my own treadmill in my house so then I can run on it whenever I want, because I constantly want to run on the treadmill. And I only do it at 5 a.m. because I hate when people look at me when I'm working out. I do not like it. I don't like being around other people. I need the privacy and like the silence. That's my time. So I specifically get up as early as possible, and second semester last year, people were starting to get up early and earlier to work out. I was getting really mad, and at one point I got up at 4 a.m. to run on the treadmill because I can't deal with it. But yeah, so the first day that I started working out, 3 days ago, I ran a mile in 16 minutes, which is not good. But I was taking my time, like I wasn't trying to race. But yeah, I ran a mile in 16 minutes, which if you imagine it on the track at like the high school, that's roughly a lap, like 4 minutes a lap. Because a lap around is a 400. Then day 2, yesterday, I was like feeling so good about the first day. I was like, yeah, I love running, and I was listening to my Nicki Minaj playlist. I listen to a lot of rap music when I run. I was thinking I should make you a rap playlist because I find it kind of funny that you listen to rap music, because at first I didn't believe you, but the more I hear you listening to rap music, I like that you do. I'm glad that you do. I get really defensive of rap music when people say they don't like it, much like horror movies, so I think I might make you a playlist one day. But anyway, yeah, I ran a mile yesterday in 13 minutes, so I cut my time by 3 minutes, which is crazy. I don't know if you run at all, but it's really hard to cut your time by that much in a day. That's insane. Just because I said playlist, I want to say really quickly, you may be thinking, oh, Bree's gonna make me a rap playlist? Is that gonna be like the time when she said she was gonna make me a mix and never gave it to me? About that. First of all, actually, I had every intention of giving it to you and just forgot. I did make it and was really satisfied with it, and only second guessed myself like once after I made it, which is a big deal because usually I do it 120 times, or I'll just never give it to you. But yeah, I did make it, and for a while I didn't burn it on a CD. I was just kind of being lazy, but then I did burn it on a CD, and I just never gave it to you before I left, and I think that has a lot to do with the fact that my mom kind of spontaneously was like, instead of leaving on Wednesday, can you leave on Sunday? Which I wasn't even prepared for. And then you said, like I texted you guys when I was already here, and you were like, oh, we didn't get to say goodbye. So yeah, that was, blame my mom for that. But also me for not stopping and thinking. But actually, I've been periodically playing you songs off of that mixtape anyway, just kind of like subtly sneaking them in to see what you think of them. A lot of times in the car when you hand me the aux cord and let me play music, they're songs from your playlist. Or in the last video I made, when I made the montage of stuff from Macomb, or if I send you a text with a song, like the one song that I said the chorus reminded me of you, that was the last song on your mix. So I think you've heard almost all of them, but I'll probably just continue to slip them in. On the topic of the schedule of making videos, honestly I can make a video multiple times a week. It doesn't have to be once a week. I have time over the summer. I'm still really busy, but mostly out of like, it's not the same as like being busy during the school year, because so I always have to keep busy, but during the summer I'm assigning myself things to do, so my schedule is a lot more flexible. But yeah, I pretty much can make one whenever. And during the school year, I like the once a month thing. I think that's really convenient. I'll try to make that a thing that happens. I like that your video was in black and white, because I did not realize it was in black and white at first. It took me half of the video to realize it was black and white. It's very edgy. Maybe by the time we've done this for like a year, we're gonna be like pros at making YouTube videos. Who knows? Probably not. Optimism. On the topic of taxidermy and that deer that's in your pastor's house, ew, I also hate taxidermy. Not for the reason that you do. I've never once seen an animal in taxidermy and thought it's gonna come to life and attack me. But two things. First thing, I never wanted to have a graduation party, which I might have told you about. I really fought the idea for a long time. I didn't want to do anything my senior year. I did not want to take senior pictures, and Logan made me. I did not want to go to graduation, and my parents made me. I did not want to go to prom, and my friends made me. But yeah, I did not want to have a grad party because I thought it was stupid. And I really, really do not like attention like that. The only times that I really appreciate people, a bunch of people like focusing on me, is if I'm performing on stage. Then I like need it, but every time outside of that, it makes me very uncomfortable, which again may seem weird. I do not like it. And I thought the idea of having a grad party made me feel really pompous, and I didn't think I needed it, because I understand that my friends are like proud of me for graduating, and I don't need to have a party. But yeah, so in the early stages of the grad party, before I decided to just have mine with a bunch of other people, and before I started talking with Maddie, because we were really the ones that planned the bulk of the party, then Andy and Andrew just kind of like came onto the idea. But initially, my mom wanted me to have it at, what is it called? The lodge, like the really big lodge. Is it the Elks Lodge? It looks like a giant like log cabin mansion. Yeah, she wanted me to have it there. I was like, I will not have a party there because there's too many dead animals and it's gross as shit, and I don't want to have a party there. But yeah, I don't like taxidermy, and every time I'm in that place, I just stare at them. I'm like, how is everybody cool having a party here and mingling? Why are you not uncomfortable? Also, there's a really great episode of Tales from the Crypt from the first season. Oh gosh, what is it called? I don't remember. It has a really punny title. All of them have really punny titles. Like the one that I watched with you is called What's Cooking? But it's about this retired couple. This woman has a bunch of pets, because like when they retire, she doesn't know what to do with her life, and her kids are like grown up and they have their own kids, and she's really lonely. So she gets all these different animals. She starts collecting pets, and eventually the husband is sick of it because the house is full of pets and he can't stand it. So she comes home from the pet store with like more pets one day, and the house is silent, and she's like, what's going on? And she goes around, and the husband has turned all of the pets into taxidermy, and they're just propped up all over the house. She flips out, and so at the end of the episode, the neighbors come over to have lunch with them, and they sit down at the table, and they see her husband, and they like scream and run away, and the camera pans over to him, and she taxidermied him. It's great. Yeah, the moral of the story is taxidermy is gross, and anybody who likes it is gross. I like that episode of Tales from the Crypt, but outside of that, ugh. And oh, also, when people's pets die and they get them taxidermied, that's disgusting. Why would you want your dead pet? I don't care. I made fun of you for getting an iPhone because that's basic. You may be thinking, but Brie, you also have an iPhone. Yes, watching new stuff. Oh yeah, so you're saying that I think I knew that you had watched Undeclared, and like I just forgot about it. Because I remember vaguely talking to you about Freaks and Geeks, and you were saying you were sad it was over. I don't know. That was a long time ago. And I wrote watching new stuff because I was going to, I think I'm going to try to make a list of TV shows that I think you might like. I really think, and I think this is coming mostly from a place of bias, but I really, really, really love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And like, I'm thinking like, I don't know as far as like the entire series, I don't know if you would like want to watch the entire series, but like season 1 is really enjoyable because it's got like that sort of like teenagery, high school vibe that a lot of TV shows you've been watching have, and it's very 90s, and it's written so well, and and it's also kind of scary, but like really smart scary. I don't know, like I just really want to know what you think of Buffy. So if you ever get bored and you're like, I need another TV show, will you just like watch a couple episodes of it and tell me what you think, because I love that show. on The Body by Stephen King. First of all, The Body is not a novel by Stephen King, it is a novella, meaning it's one of his short stories, so it's gonna be a lot harder to find. I don't think you're gonna like walk into a library and find someone with a copy of The Body. It's like Children of the Corn. It's not actually a book, it's just like a short story. Honestly, I'm surprised they even had the book on tape. You should have just gone with that. Like, that is a great find on its own. You might be able to find it, you might be able to like buy it online, but I really do not see you going into a bookstore and finding it. Maybe. Doubt it. I don't even think I've seen it at Barnes & Noble. It exists probably, but it's more likely that it would be in like a compilation of short stories by him. But yeah, I don't know, just the audiobook could be nice because then you could listen to it while you're doing other stuff. I don't know if you like audiobooks. I love audiobooks. But yeah, I don't know, but you should read it. I myself have not read it. I kind of have been meaning to, but I assume it's really good because it's Stephen King. And you said you weren't sure if you would like other Stephen King stuff, and let me tell you, because he does write a lot of horror stuff, and I get that you're like kind of slowly easing into that genre and you're not like sure right now. But he is such a great writer that I haven't even read that much by him, or I mean, I guess I've seen a lot of Stephen King movies, but by a lot, I mean probably like 5. I just have such a great faith in like his abilities as a writer. I don't think that I would ever read anything by him and be disappointed. So, and he doesn't just write horror. He wrote The Shawshank Redemption, which is tied for my favorite movie of all time. He also wrote The Green Mile. That's incredible. And obviously The Body, because Stand By Me is not a horror movie, so there's other stuff that he writes too. Give him a shot, you know, just read about, if you can find The Body and a collection of short stories, read some of their short stories, because like, even Children of the Corn, which, okay, Children of the Corn is a 70s horror movie, and it took me a really long time to realize that it's not that great a movie, because I love it so much. It took me several years of maturing to like be like, oh well, this isn't that great. And my friends of mine that are willing to watch it, which is not a lot of them, they typically don't like it. They usually just make fun of it. I don't think I've ever had a friend who's liked that movie, but it's one of those movies that's kind of a cult classic. I've seen it 24 times. I have a tally, but I think I've seen it 24 times. I hadn't read the story ever, and I found an audiobook of it on YouTube and I listened to it, and honestly, it's one of my favorite short stories ever written. It's incredible. So give him a shot. He's great. And I have this really great book. If you ever get interested, like if you decide that you do like Stephen King, I have this really great book that I actually saw at Ross's boyfriend's house when he was dating the teacher from Western, like a couple years ago. Stephen King on writing, and it's just about his writing process. Stephen King's bae. He's bae. You know, I love Stephen King so much that I got mad at R.L. Stine, who's one of my favorite writers, for talking shit about Stephen King. Like, I would pick Stephen King over most of my favorite writers any day. Yeah. I'm glad that you're enjoying The Virgin Suicides. I think I've told you at least twice about my thing. Books everywhere. My thing about how I always thought that Marizona's copy of The Virgin Suicide, like deep down, I always thought it was my copy that Megan lost. And then when you said there were underlines in it, I remember underlining that copy. But I think I'm just trying to convince myself that it's mine because I can't handle the separation. But anyway, so yeah, this is my copy of The Virgin Suicides with the cover that I fucking hate. But now it's kind of grown on me because I carried it around everywhere and I've had it for so long. But there's so many things I hate about the cover of this book. And I hate this. It says, one of the finest novels in many years, A Catcher in the Rye for our time. Because I hate The Catcher in the Rye. I hate it so much. It makes me physically angry. And every person I've ever met in my life that has read that book is like, oh, The Catcher in the Rye is like my favorite book. It's the best book ever written. And I think it's so stupid. And I think that it's such a like, it's okay if you like Catcher in the Rye, and I'm really not trying to attack you or people who like it. But I think that I find it very phony. I find the character of Holden Caulfield very phony. And I think it's shitty that he's like on this pursuit to call everybody else phony because he himself is, he's such a cock. But anyway, yeah, I'm mad that it compares to Catcher in the Rye because it might as well compare it to Twilight. And then all of the stuff they picked is wrong. I hate it. I like that it said that this book is like, it says that it's like 12 euros. Apparently it's like a European, it was bought at a European bookstore, which is cool. But anyway, over the course of the years that I carried this around, and I probably carried it around with me everywhere for 4.5 years, I wrote, you probably can't see it, but I wrote quotes. I don't know if you can see them, but because they're really faint pencil markings, but there's quotes all throughout the book that were relevant to me at the time, or like things that I would read that reminded me of the book. And yeah, so because you were saying you appreciate when people write in books. Oh, and you might want to check out, in your free time, if you're looking for any new music, you might want to check out the band Lux Lisbon, because they're really good. They have really cute music. I think they're like a little British indie pop band. There's also a band called Trip Fontaine, but they're terrible. So, I mean, you can listen to them if you want, for the sake of, like, they're named after a character from the Virgin Suicides, but they're not good. Listen to Lux Lisbon. This video is so much longer than I meant for it to be. Song suggestions. I'm gonna listen to that Pixie song. I was gonna do that after I watched your video and then just didn't, but I'll listen to it. My first thought, because you suggested a song and I was like, I should suggest a song too, and my first thought when you suggested it was like, because the song's called Hey, I was gonna suggest a song called Hey to you also. So like, you should listen to the song Hey by Mitchell Musso, because I love that song. And I actually really do love that song. I listen to it a lot because the kids I babysat listened to it every day one summer when I babysat them. I think it's really cute. You probably already know that song though. And that's not my recommendation, that's not. Because you said the Pixies and you don't know many songs by the Pixies, I want to recommend Bone Machine by the Pixies, which is also a song from the mixtape that I made you. I borrowed a CD from Sophia Kent's dad, a Pixie CD, because I wanted to listen to more Pixies and I only knew Where Is My Mind. And I found Bone Machine. It's the first song off that CD and it's really, really, really good. Let's see. Oh, and also just like a quick what I've been up to. Okay, so yeah, I've been working out a lot. I've been learning how to like bullet journal, which is something that I saw on Tumblr and I thought it would be interesting to try. I don't want to, it's just like basically making a schedule for yourself and like, you write down everything that you have to do or everything you're planning on doing for the day, and then you like write little notes about how it went or like how you're gonna do it, just stuff like that. Just to like keep me organized. And I knew it wasn't something that I wanted to do during the school year because I like just having, this is like my main calendar and I like just having a calendar that I write in all the time. I don't really need like a calendar. This is what it looks like during the school year typically. It's a lot of stuff in it. But yeah. I don't like the concept of bullet journaling for the school year, but yeah. So I'm learning to do that. I've been, for years, for at least 9 years of my life, I was like, I will do a dream journal, and I've only done it once before, and I wrote it for like 2 days, and then I just stopped doing it because I got too lazy. But I've always been fascinated by that idea, and the one time that I did it, I never ever forgot that dream again. I think it was a dream where the cast of Boy Meets World and I went out to save Macomb from a zombie apocalypse, and it was great. But anyway, yeah, so I've been actively dream journaling this summer, and I've been like, I honestly never journal because I don't have the patience for it. I think it's very annoying, but I've been doing it, and like every morning when I wake up, it's the first thing I do. I roll over and I write it down, and it's really cool. And yeah, so I've been cooking a lot. That's been going well. I've been perfecting the art of making lattes. I made such an amazing latte the other day, and now I'm trying to learn how to draw art into the latte foam. So that's been going really well. And then the girl who's an orientation leader, the Wiccan girl, we were talking about DIYs and crafts the other day, and she was saying she's learning how to do embroidery, and I said that I was trying to learn how to do, oh, what is it called? I just forgot the word. When it's like a circle of fabric and you like stitch the words into it. Like it's also called embroidery, but there's like another word for it too. I said I wanted to learn how to do that, and she was like, oh my gosh, we should do it together. So like, we're learning how to do that together, so that's really cool. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I guess that's all for right now. Oh, wait, you know what? I wasn't gonna comment on this, but actually, turns out, good thing that Xochi didn't come to that party. I suppose when I was asking you, like, if you invited her or not, I didn't think that you genuinely did invite her. But yeah, good thing she didn't come, because then it would have been an actual murder party. So, you know, that worked out really well for everyone. Yeah, but that's all I have to say. Good talk. Until next time, have a good rest of your day and a pleasant tomorrow. Oh wait, one more thing. I'm going to Pride tomorrow. I'm really excited. It's my first Pride. And I'm going with 3 of my favorite people that I've met in all the time I've been in Chicago. And it's going to be fantastic. So I thought about filming it, but then I was like, I feel like, I've read a lot of posts, especially after the Orlando shooting, of people saying they didn't really like it when people come into Pride and just take pictures of everybody and film everybody, because that's not really the purpose of it. So I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. So I probably won't do that, but I'll tell you all about it. It'll be great. Okay, bye.